Chapter 4. West Hills was a great time in Myra and I's history. Following 2010, 2011 was a big year for us as well. We continued taking classes together and eventually graduated and walked the line together, side by side. There was nothing else I really needed at the time because I already knew I had the love of my life. And it was time to lock that down. That story deserves its own video. In the end, my dream girl had said yes. At this point, we were also full-fledged adults now, and we're making hard decisions and sacrifices for the good of our future. If someone were to ask me how I made it through college with a degree and no debt, I would say Myra. We had a strategy, we had goals, and together we knew we could accomplish anything. It's true. Myra and I teamed up knowing how expensive college was. All of the money Myra was making babysitting and had saved to that point had gone to my Fresno State tuition that first semester. In addition, we had sold our favorite memory-making truck, Princess Viola, for $7,000. That was a sacrifice, but not only did we lose our truck, we had to buy something else cheap to take its place. Introducing Peanut. We went from this to this. Sacrifice. Some people said it was my equivalent to Mr. Incredible's car. The goal was to drive something very gas efficient. If I was to drive to Fresno State every single day, it would need to be. The upside was that Princess Viola paid for an additional 2 semesters at Fresno State. I had no job when I first started going to Fresno State, and Myra and I both lived at my parents' house. I did apply at dozens of stores and fast food locations with just my associate's degree, but no takers, not even an interview. All this just to make some money to buy books or move out if we wanted to. Luckily, just a couple months into Fresno State, I got a call from my brother, asking if I wanted to interview at his work, Bennett & Bennett. I'd be doing drafting in AutoCAD, which I had studied for. This was a dream job of sorts. This place would change my life and give me the chance I craved to prove myself while learning from the best. In December of 2011, Myra and I had to move out on our own. We could not wait any longer. We were lucky to grab a tiny 500 square foot house in an alley where rent was cheap. It was next to a funeral home where we saw coffins being delivered weekly, and our Sunday morning alarm clock was often gunfire during a 21 gun salute for a military funeral service. All of this gave us perspective in life and helped teach us humility and focus. We were already a team and worked like frick to build. I said frick, you don't bleep that. We did work like crazy to maintain while slowly building my education for a prosperous future. The next few years were a grind through school. Myra had the skills I lacked to manage our small amount of money with discipline, while letting us enjoy life at the same time. When I started Bennett & Bennett, I was making $15 an hour, but only for 12 hours a week. I did have a job, but I was a full-time student, so making money was always secondary. I could not have done it without my beautiful wife, that is for sure. Life was harder than we had thought. We, like everyone else, had challenges we had to work through. But we fought like to pick back up and keep moving on. Life will knock you down, but you gotta keep going. We were a team through thick and thin. We were and still are in it for the long haul together. This period in our life taught me hard work and focus. 20-unit college semesters were common, and it's what accelerated our life to what it is today. I know with Myra by my side, we can accomplish anything. And the next step for us not only changed our life forever, it redefined what love truly was.